My name is Bill McQuaid. I'm the Director of Technology at Midcoast Parkview Health in Brunswick, Maine. I've been with Midcoast for approximately 1 year, and I come to Midcoast as an acquisition between the two hospitals, both Parkview and Midcoast. So the issues we are seeing at Midcoast was that we had a heavy VDI horizon view environment in the physician practices. We currently employ over 100 physicians at 17 different locations. And our physicians and our nurse practitioners, our PAs, the nurses, they are all experiencing slowness with the applications, no reliability. A lot of it, we didn't have a lot of standardization within the practices on how they were taking care of the environment. We had a lot of manual processes put in place that I would call band-aids to try to keep the environment moving. But the biggest concern we have was the effect it was having on our patients, because when you have these physicians and these providers and they're not happy with the system, they're not getting to the performance, that's frustration that we don't want to come out onto our patients. They should be focusing more on patient care, not the technology. So we knew right away that we had to do something about this and do it quickly. So what we did, we engaged with GreenPages on these issues, and what we decided to do is, instead of making this one project, let's keep it simple and break it into 3 different projects, because when we really dug down into this, there was 3 things that were affecting the patient experience, or the physician's frustration, and the users and the nurses. And one was we needed to go through and make any major changes to our networking that we saw that was causing latency or any other type of issues. We were looking at firmware, our core switching. So we engaged with GreenPages, hooked us up with somebody that really knew networking, knew our environment. So what we did is we went through, we fixed the networking and looked at all the switches and got that resolved. Then the next step to the project was implementing a new SAN solution with solid state drives, SSD, that would really meet our needs now and into the future, because we really only had one chance to get this right and to actually show the value that VDI could bring to the environment, especially as we were growing to 17 different locations. We have over 130 different applications, and if I'm going to be successful in my role at this position, VDI has to be implemented and it has to be adopted by our providers. So once we got the new SAN solution in place, the network was working, then we decided that's when we went into and really started rebuilding the VDI Horizon environment. We went up to the new View 6. We made sure, working with GreenPages, that we did a health check and make sure that we followed all the best practices on our base images and made sure that everything was optimized so that, we come out looking like heroes. So right away I saw some tremendous business benefits. For one, we have, since we've been live on the new, we've had 0 downtime. One of the issues I was talking about is it was taking about 9 hours to do a recompose. So that means that I had staff that would come into work at midnight and wouldn't even go home till 10 a.m. So I was paying all this overtime, or had staff working through the night, but then they would also need to be available when we went live in the morning. With these new technologies and after the upgrade, we're able to do recomposes in about 15 minutes, and we're refreshing desktops. If a desktop's not being utilized in 2 hours, it automatically refreshes and takes new pools. So we're able to react to changes that need to be to applications, sometimes on the fly, where before we would have to plan out 2 weeks, have total downtime. So now not only is the user satisfaction up with our customers, which are our employees, is we're also able to keep applications up and running 24/7, with minimal downtime than we had before. I would definitely recommend GreenPages to my peers, especially in the projects that we worked on. They have a tremendous amount of experience with networking, storage, and also the VDI environment. And I know that what was great about it is not only do we engage with GreenPages to help a solution, is that I felt that my whole team was a lot smarter when the project was done.